Huh? That's why it's a snap. You got to go to the last button for you. Yeah, the last button for yourself. Nah, just regular word.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us. We're going to start with a brief opening statement from Coach, then we'll come around for questions. Just raise your hand, we'll come around with the mic.
Excited for the opportunity this week to play against UConn. Great opportunity, really going against a fine head coach who's been a head coach on the NFL. Now he's a head coach in college. I think it's really exciting to have so many guys in college that have been head coaches in the NFL. It was truly inspiration and inspiring for a lot of coaches. Offensive coordinator Gordon, great offensive coach Gordon Samus, don't want to disrespect his name or whatever. The DC coach Brock, and then Coach Doug Scherer. I would think all those guys do a good job when you're watching their team. They're 7-3. They got two good quarterbacks, and number 2 and number 3. I think both of those guys do a real good job. That's Evers and Fagnano. Fagnano is his last name. I think 2 and 3 both do a good job. Then the running backs, 11, 0, and 7. All are good. All have over 500 yards. These guys really stress the run, and I think the run opens up the passing game. Skylar Bell, who I recruited when I was at Rutgers University, is a really good football player, so I'm familiar with him and watching him on tape. Extremely proud of him and see all the progress and work he's done. Does a good job. Number 8, Sheffield's good. Number 4, you look at his name, so I know it. Gatherings, actually, I think he's really good. And then their tight end can play ball on defensive side. Jay McDonald, Brown, both linebackers. DB Malik, 13, Cam Chadwick, who I actually know is another good player. He's a really good football player. And then Stafford. I think all those guys are good. They do a good job. The offensive line is big. They're athletic. They can run. They're really good up front. So I'm excited and happy about that. I'm just really thankful that we get the chance to go and do this, and excited about this. We get to play in the Dome, get to be at home, so there's no better feeling than being at home playing.
Questions? We'll start right here with Dan and Christian.
Coach, how are you?
I'm chilling. How about yourself?
Doing well.
Was this 21 years for you now?
21 years of broadcasting, yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's big.
Thank you,
to be able
sir.
to do something that long, Dan, and you're a stand-up guy, so wanted to make sure I tell you that. Congratulations when I saw that. Just thankful that it's a lot of guys like you in the business. It means a lot.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Just looking at the fact that these first 10 games for you at Syracuse, first 10 games of being a head coach, 7-3 record, and the last 2 are inside of familiar territory. Just what you can say about where the team has gotten to at this point with a 7-3 record, and what you're most proud of as you step into these last 2.
I'm proud that they came together and played as a full team last game. Complimentary football. It means a lot to do that. It means a lot that the community and the fan base have supported our team. They stayed behind them through the lows of the football season as we had. I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of just who they are in the classroom, what they've been doing, how these guys are following their faith. So I'm very happy that they're becoming men. You know, football is one thing. I'm not actually happy with the record, to be honest. Sorry about that. I'm not happy with where we are because I feel like I failed the guys a few times. So, but outside of that, I'm very thankful for where we are. I'm thankful for where God has me and just where I'm at in life.
Christian and Chris.
Coach, you played David Wallabaugh for the majority of the game this week. What have you seen in his development as he recovered from his injury that he suffered last season?
He's a tough kid. He come from good genetics. You know, mom and dad, good athletes. Dad played here. Dad played in the National Football League. Kid plays well. I think Witherspoon's also doing well. Both of those guys are going in and out. After Witherspoon suffered that little shoulder injury, that's why he's been going in and out. But David's done a good job, and he's given us confidence that he can go in and take the slack off of him. So I think both of those guys have done a real good job at their position.
Chris, then Samantha.
Fran, wondered about a couple health updates. Jaden Bellamy and Dennis Jaquez, where are they at?
Dennis will be back this week. Jaden's still working his way back, but Dennis will be playing. Dennis was good to go on yesterday. When was the 17th? Yesterday, yeah. He was good to go since yesterday. 2 days before that, 16th, something like that. I'm not sure. But he'll be back, and Bellamy's working his way back too. So.
And then Jackson Meeks went out late in the game. I think he probably just fell on the football, but is there any concern about him?
No, I think he lost the air. You know, he lost the air. He came back in, though. But the game was kind of done. So, but no, he's good. I think he's fine. He should be able to play. We'll see how that goes.
Thank you. Back to Samantha.
Hi, Coach.
What's up?
I like your shirt.
I know. You of all people, yeah, for sure. Appreciate you.
I wanted to know, my station is doing a special on name, image, and likeness. And
Yeah.
I was wondering, we're trying to help the fans better understand in this era what NIL is all about. How would you explain NIL to the fans and the impact that it's had on the Syracuse program since you've been here?
I mean, it's good. NIL has allowed us to have the best quarterback in the country, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Fidel Diggs, be able to retain all the players, and really just being able to show them financial literacy, like right there on hand. It's bigger than just, a lot of people think they're just getting money, not doing it right. You're able to talk to them about taxes, teach them what that's all about, financial literacy, about saving. We got a 60-40 plan that you have to do when you're here. So there's a lot of things that NIL helps, and then it gives them notoriety. People get to see them and understand and know what they're about. They play in college football. There's so much money that the university and sports makes itself, just because, we're in a billion-dollar industry, probably trillion-dollar industry, and when you're in the industry that makes that much revenue and bringing that much in, why not allow the players to be able to, benefit from that also? So I think it's an amazing job that we're able to get it done this way.
Coach, you guys went for it on 4th down quite a few times against Cal, and it was successful a lot of the times. What does that say about your trust in the offensive line and Kyle and the trust that you have for them to be able to get it done and make those types of plays?
I think it says that I trust them. I also think that it says I trust the defense, just to be able to go for it in those positions, that I trust the defense to go out there and be able to, hold those guys, but it's a trust in all of us, it's us being able to play for each other. That's that complementary football, us being able to just do that and understanding and knowing that the defense has the offense back, and then vice versa, and then special teams will be able to kick in when needed.
Coach, UConn obviously not a Power 4 program playing them this late in the year, but still a really good football team. How do you keep Syracuse focused on UConn without looking ahead at a big game against Miami the week after?
I think UConn's good, so I'm not sure. I think we both 7-3. UConn's played 2 teams in our conference and only lost by less than 1 touchdown. Everybody in our conference always comes down to the 4th quarter, so I would say they're a team that's just like every other team in our conference, and having the ability to go against UConn, to be able to just go out and compete against another good football team here from the Northeast is a good deal with a grateful head coach that they have. So it's I don't look at it like that. I look at them like we got to focus on UConn, or we'll be in here sad. So we need to focus on UConn and make sure we come to practice every day and be able to do everything that we can do to be able to go out and beat UConn.
Hey, Coach. Dick McPherson being inducted into the Ring of Honor this week, just what does that say about kind of him in this program, and for you, a young coach in this program, how do you see his success as something that you can model?
If they could ever compare me to Dick McPherson, then, I'll be thankful for that. So, it's an honor that you even asked me a question about him. I didn't have the opportunity of meeting and know him. I just see a lot of his players, get to talk to a lot of his players, and they're all they're good men. They're not young men anymore. They're actually, most of them are older than me, but all of those guys are really good men. So I just go off of that. I go off of them. I go off of the coaching that he's done and the structure that he's put in their lives. He's done an amazing job. So if I could do that part alone, be able to develop men the way he was able to develop all those men, then that would be amazing. And I'm definitely following. He won a lot of games here, so that's important to me to be able to try and go and reach that. I want to go and reach those same goals that he's done, and I've obviously not reached those goals. I want to be better than where it was that he was at, but I'm just I'm crawling right now first, so I just want to crawl into the footsteps that he left behind for us.
Coach, Kyle set the single-season program record for completions last week, and he's on pace for the passing yards and touchdowns record as well. From your perspective, what does that say about how he stacks up against some of the best quarterbacks in program history?
It's a lot that was good. You got just a lot of good players that play here, when it comes to Bunch, McNabb, and just so many guys. So it means a lot that he's able to do that. I think that's a good deal. I'm thankful for it. I just want to win, though. I want Kyle to win. I think he's a good player. I think he'll have a great career after he leaves Syracuse. But I'm all about just trying to win. You know, that's what I'm focused on, us being able to win. I usually don't look at records. I mean, they try to bring me the stat sheet at halftime after the game. I don't really pay attention to none of that. I only care about one stat. That's just the win or the loss. Like, everything else is just, it's a part of the game, you know. And then when you lose, you got to expect why and see why you lost, go back through it. Even when you win, you go back through it and you want to see what you can get better at. But the only, like, real stat that I care about is winning and losing. Everything else is just, it's pretty, I don't know, I really don't care about it, to be honest.
And how do you think Kyle's level of comfort, just being around you, Coach Nixon, and Coach Nuns, who he's all known for a while, has sort of helped him have this kind of season?
Comfort. He around me, you know, I got his back. He ain't got to worry about nothing with me. So, no, I'm joking with you. I think he's comfortable. I think he's a leader. I think he naturally came in and we all gelled together. Coach Nixon, Cal, Nuns, and then myself, you know, everyone, we talk, we speak to each other all the time. Always, it's all about making sure he's comfortable, though, you know, and making sure that he has the plays that he wants. Being able to pick it. Other day in the game, something came up, and I said, yo, why the freak we run that? And they was like, that's what Kyle likes. And I was like, oh, all right, I got you. So I was just like, okay, cool, that's why we ran it. But it was cool, something that he liked. But it was, you know, we all together. Kyle tough, though. Like, so, you know, he can take hard, tough coaching. He can take constructive criticism. Like, he handles everything, you know. He's the leader of our football team, so he's a good dude. That's my guy. But he know I got his back, though, so he ain't really worrying about anything.
Coach, what can you say about the progression of your special teams unit that's come so far since the beginning of the season, especially Jackson Kennedy, 4 for 4 in what was a pretty close game on Saturday?
He saved us. Yeah, he saved us. He's a good kid. Jackson Kennedy's just a faith-driven young man that I'm very thankful and happy that he's on our football team. I'm thankful for our special teams coordinator of keeping his head down and just constantly working. You know, just staying focused on the main thing being the main thing. I'm thankful that we got Stonehouse, who's done an amazing job with us as a punter and a leader of our entire special teams. He's been really good. He's came in when the special teams was messed up. He came to my office and sat down and we watched every punt together. And we went through them, and we've been better since, you know, and we've made the transition of putting Derek McDonald and back at our shield, and he's one of the smarter players, one of the more intelligent players. Not even just a player, one of the more intelligent student athletes at this school. So we're putting him back there. He's been able to make all those tough decisions when people are constantly moving and going back and forth. I mean, he's like a quarterback being in that position. So we're very thankful for Derek McDonald, Jackson Kennedy, and also Stonehouse, but then the rest of the guys, you know, for Brady to still go in and kick off. You know, he's done a good job kicking off and being able to do it. I'm thankful that Jaden O was able to have himself an opportunity, and his opportunity is not up, but he went in, you know, he was a guy that walked on, ended up not even kicking at all in practice last year, to being able to make some kicks in the game and doing a good job. And then, you know, the ball just didn't flow his way a few times, but we still have an opportunity for him to still have a chance to come back. So I think all those guys do a good job, all of them. Zer, Callahan, who's our long snapper, who's out there snapping the ball on an injury right now. He's injured and he's still playing, and he wants to play because he's a senior and he loves his class. Stengel, who's right in the mix, who's next. He'll be next up. You'll be watching that guy soon. So I think our entire special teams do a good job, and just the team, because they helped those guys. And I'm thankful for how far we came, because we made it a team priority and not just the special teams to be by themselves.
Fran, we're in that time of the year when coaches are getting fired and candidates are being speculated about. You've been pretty open that you want to see your coaches become head coaches. That being noted, Jeff Nixon's name was noted, or was connected, to Temple. I was just wondering, do you talk to your coaches about these things when they come up, and how you handle it when you still have 2 games to go?
Yeah, I'll talk to them if I see it and it come up. I'll go to them first, though. Like, yo, you trying to do this? What you want me to do? How you want me to help you do it? Where it's at? Like, I think that it'd be great if one of them got the job. You know, I know everybody gonna talk about it and do it. But from what I get from them and from what we talk about and things of that nature, we really just focused on playing the rest of this year. Guys don't really want to go in that situation. I think that like you said, Temple. I think you said Temple. I think Temple's an amazing job for someone to get. I think there's a lot of schools opening up right now. That's an amazing job. But I feel that when you're at a university such as prestigious as Syracuse is, and when we continue to win the way that we'll continue to win, I think there'll be opportunities that'll open up that'll put them in the same Power 4 level instead of trying to have to go down a level to coach. So I think they're going to do an amazing job. I'm happy that their names are being brought up because it shows that we're doing a good job overall. And I'm going to push them, though. If that's what they want to do, then that's what I want them to go and do. But from what we took out of it, from when we talked on it, they were just trying to focus on us here and us continuing to go and win. And when that opportunity opened for them to be in the ACC as a head football coach in the Big Ten, SEC, things of that nature because of our future and how we know and feel we're building the program and we'll be really successful, that they'll have an opportunity of getting a Power 4 job and just being on the same level as myself.
Fran, does that mean you've talked to Jeff sort of at this point, or is it so new that you haven't really had that chat?
You be always trying to ask me them other ones. You're good. You do. You ask good questions. Me and Jeff haven't honestly sat there and talked about it, but I know we've talked a lot before that. So I didn't have to go to him about that because I already know him. Me and Jeff knew each other for a while, so that isn't something that Jeff is going to go and explore. I did go and talk to Coach Robinson about it because of that being close to our hometown and wanted to see that, but that isn't something that him or his wife wants to be in that situation. They want to kind of stay away, and by me and Coach Robinson being so close and growing up together, we feel that we should be competing against each other in a conference one day and not him going the other way. So we good on that, so we straight. But if they do want to come get him, and if they're going to pay, we pay a lot of money here too, right? So if they do want to come get him and they break the bank, then I'm going to push his butt out. Well, we got other coaches too that can coach, so there'll be a bunch of them that'll do stuff. I mean, it's just that time of the year, where people want to mix it up, and that's what all you guys out there, the coaches, that's going to tell the other players that our coaches are leaving. They're not leaving. It's just a part of the game. That's all a part of recruiting. It's how it all flows, and I'm happy that they're using our coaches' names because it means we're doing a good job. So I hope they put them all. Nuns is another guy that's a good coach. Nuns can have an opportunity of being a head coach somewhere. He's a really good quarterback coach. He does a great job. He's won crazy in high school. He went to college. He took over at Rutgers when they had to look for a coach, took over here when we needed to look for a coach, kept all the players together, made sure that I was able to keep the players because he already had good relationships with them. Coach E did an amazing job at Texas A&M when he had the opportunity. So that's going to happen here. That's something that I'm not afraid of. I'm not afraid of losing a coach. I think when you lose a coach to go and step up in a higher position, that means that we're doing a good job, and that means that I get to finally start my own tree. So that would be pretty cool for us if that was to happen. But right now, that's not what we're looking for at that level. You just got to come with a school that's going to be like Power 4 or something for us.
And I want to make sure I didn't mishear you. Did you say Jeff is or is not interested in that? Or
I said he's not interested.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Everybody that's listening know I said he's not interested. And then he always does this. It's at some point. Yeah.
I don't want to mess up your words. That's all.
He's just always trying to do it. He's just trying to be tricky. He try to trick it out. I think Shane coming over tomorrow. We got kickboxing in the morning. You should come. It's like, nah, I'm messing with you.
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Nah, not at all. Me and you both. We'll look like Jake Paul and Tyson out there. And I'm gonna be Tyson. I'm chilling. I ain't gonna know nothing.
Last couple for Coach. We'll go to 3 TDs in back and then finish with Dan in front.
Coach, I might say his last name wrong, but David Pariola seems to be carving
just say David O. It makes it real simple.
David O. seems to be carving himself out a nice little role on the defensive line last couple of games. Just curious what you've seen
He's tough.
in his progression.
He's dark. He's detailed. His kid's accountable. He'll graduate next spring. He's going to already graduate next spring. He's a redshirt freshman. That's where he at academically. He's intelligent. He's smart. He's tough. I mean, he's just a good kid. Kid from Baltimore, came up here, opportunity. He went everywhere when he went to camp and all like that in high school. Everywhere he go, he will work, save the money up to catch buses to those spots, get to the camp, pay for the camps on his own. I mean, just from talking to him, he has a great family. Don't get to come all the time to the game. Now they've been able to come down a little bit. I'm so happy for him, and he tough as heck. Almost crazy. He tough as heck though. This dude likes contact. He loves football. I mean, I'm proud of him. I told him the other day that, you know, we got Diggs and all those guys leaving. It's time for you to start to be a leader now. Let's start to take over, start talking and doing it, because you do. He leads by example. Now we need to have him become a little bit more vocal. But, man, he's a great kid, man. A real good kid. David O makes it a lot easier. That's what I say. Yeah.
Coach, you mentioned the guys leaving next year. Senior day is on Saturday.
Yeah.
What have the senior group meant to you in your first year of head coaching, and what kind of conversations have you maybe had with them this week in preparation of recognizing them on Saturday?
Well, I love them. I'm so thankful for them. The ones that came here, the ones that were here. John Wildhack for giving me the opportunity of just, coming to be able to coach these kids, man. These dudes are amazing. They've helped carve me into being a better man already within less than a year, and I'm just very thankful. But we talk about life though. Like we working on resumes. We got the Syracuse 60, which a lot of guys know they're not going to the NFL. So we're already working on being able to, our resume set up, what part of the country we want to work in, what you want to make sure we're doing. So like we on a different level when it comes to talk, like, because as soon as they done, we going right to work. You got to make some money, because that void of not having football anymore is going to hurt. And that's what we talk about, like that little piece of depression that everybody goes through when you lose the game, that they're going to already be able to feel it because they're going to make a little bit of money. They'll be able to come back. They'll know they're successful. I've been able to, with them allowing me, we've been able to like build up like, what makes them happy. And not just football, the fact that they're going to be successful, the fact that they know the man above, the fact that they have a career and they're guaranteed to get a job because of all the great alumni that are here, all the former players, just the former students that went to the school that are involved in helping us make sure that all of our players have jobs. Like when you, and it's for everybody out there that's a recruit, when you come here, you guaranteed to have a job. You graduate in May, you'll be working by August. And not a BS job. Like, you're not going to have to, no disrespect to it, because I was, but you won't have a degree in, let's say you're engineer degree and you go be a substitute teacher. Those things aren't going to happen when you come to Syracuse. We'll make sure you're in the right field, you're doing all the right things, and it just sets you up for your life. Well, we're going to show you how to be a man while being able to do that. So it's that's the stuff that we talk about, though. Like, we don't really talk about the game of football all the time. We come in the office and I talk to them about being a man, what it takes to be a man, and the relationships that they're in, and I'll make sure they're being like good men to their girlfriends that they're with. These dudes gonna be future fathers soon, so talking to them about what it is to be a father. That's why my son's always around and my daughter. So like we talk about like grown man stuff because they're not little kids anymore, and it's just time. And even the freshmen get to hear that. They hear the conversations that we have, so it's just a constant development that I'm happy I had them for 1 year, but truly I got them for the rest of their lives, and they have me also. But so that's what it's like when you're a senior here. You kind of go into the grown man stage, just get ready to go make some money, take care of our family, get closer with the faith. The family's gonna rely on you. Hopefully they'll fall back on Dart, and everything that they do when times get hard and get rough.
Hi, Coach. After the game, I saw you tweeted that winnersgetwashed.com. Where did that idea come from, and where are the proceeds going?
You got too personal about the proceeds at the end. It just came from because when my partner next to you, it was like not really partner that way, but the lady next to you had tweeted when I stated that, when we lose, there's just a different piece. I'm uncomfortable at night, and I just sit on the couch and just watch the film and go through stuff. And then I told you guys, like, winners get washed. Like, so I was able to do it. And it's actually a cool, comfortable shirt. I have one on now. It's very comfortable. I gave the hat to Matt Park right there. So, it's comfortable gear. It's relaxing. You can do anything with it. You see how I dressed it down with the a little casual sweater on. So then you'll see me later on probably have it on with some shorts playing basketball or something. But, the shirts are going fast. So if I was you, I would go get one because my wife had one on and she looked she looked really good in it. So it's great for women and it's good for men to do sportswear or dress it down when you're going to work. So be a good deal.
And Fran, kind of going off of that, the fact that, no matter what you say or what you kind of mean, things can get twisted at times, but you always find a way to go back to the faith, go back to the positive. Just what you could say to that respect of you say what you mean what you say. And whether I've talked to alumni or recruits, that's what they tell me. They say he is who he says he is, and he's going to live by his word.
Well, that's all I really have. Everything else could be stripped from me, right? except for my name and my word. You know, when I say something, I have to stand on it. And then you stated my faith. You know, I fear God 100%. So I'm not going to mess around when it comes to God or being able to play like that. I was taught that since I was a little kid that, you know, Jesus lived in my heart. So that means a lot to me. And I live off of that. Like, I got where I'm at now because of my gut and because of my fear and the man above. So I just stick to that forever. And then just the city that I'm from, where I was born and raised, you know, you can't say something and not follow through on it, you know. So whatever I say I'm going to do, I have to do, because not just with the rest of the country, but like I want to always be able to go back home, you know. And it's nothing like being able to go back to where you're from and they all proud of you and it means a lot to them. So like, you know, teaching my sons that, teaching our players that, teaching everybody that, but really being able to stand up and show them that like there's so many successful people that come from the city of Camden, New Jersey, that when you give us an opportunity, that we definitely make the best of it. Oh, when we went to Cali? No, that's a myth. Don't nobody feel no difference in that. Yeah, I just was saying that, just that way make people like, why you do that? I've never felt anything. The only thing I do is just make sure I squeeze my nose, blow my air so my eardrums pop. Once my ears pop, I'm cool. By the next day, I was already adapted to their time, so I just mentally drive that way. But that whole elevation, fierce, that's a bunch of crap that somebody made up and everybody keep trying to just stick with it. So that's how I feel. Appreciate you. Y'all be safe.